Hey guys, so I wanted to start something new, and this is basically the next few videos are going to be, I mean, in the next few videos I want to take you along through my journey on my journey through masters. Uh, so I'm doing master M1 General Physics at University Paris Saclay, and so the idea is to take the courses that I'm attending and summarize them in like a crisp and like concise manner. So the first there'll be two parts, two kinds of videos that you can find. The first is the theory part where like I'll be taking all my lectures and like just squishing it together, something very like concise and condensed. So, and the second part is going to be tutorials where I'll be trying to solve the tutorials and the different kind of previous year problems and examples, etc. So, why I want to do this is basically is essentially because I want to give uh, an idea uh, of like what kind of problems we're actually working on. I'm actually working on, and like open up a platform of like discussion or something like that. But also to kind of show how courses at university are. So and this I think will just going through the problem solving process and going through uh, the particulars of university coursework is something that is, I mean, it is quite rewarding, and it is often like not captured essentially in any sort of a presentation or a seminar, right? So the idea, the thought process that goes behind the figuring out of the smaller problems and then trying to connect it to a bigger problem, like in the long run, like but all the kind of things that you like go through when you're like doing your grad school or like doing the university courses is something that is missing when you just hear some presentation or seminar. So I just want to essentially capture that missing link, and yeah, like I hope it'll be helpful in different ways. But the second and more personal reason why I'm doing this is because primarily to um, kind of make my course easier. So make sure that I actually study for my coursework. So because uh, when I actually present, it's much um, things become clearer to myself, and as I'm speaking, I learn. So when that happens, it's it's one of the most effective methods of learning I know. So I was like, why not record it and then just put it? Okay. So that's essentially this preamble. Um, and yeah, hope you enjoy the ride as we go through some of the courses. And okay, so just a few words on like the kind of courses that I'm taking right now. I'm taking particles, nuclei, universe, which is basically you know one major. It's three subjects, but like it combines to one major. And then I'm taking quantum solid state physics, and then there are like couple of like laboratory courses which like laboratory and more projects kind of things, but I don't think I'll be doing anything on that. But for particles, nuclei, and universe, uh, and QSSP is okay. So particles is basically your journey from building your relativistic field theory to tackling down, computing cross sections and scattering amplitude, right? So that's the broad way. So that's the broad subject. But like yeah, we'll be going into the specifics very soon. Nuclei is like everything about nuclear, right? It's you're given some sort of a you're given some sort of a nucleus, or you're given some sort of a reaction. The problem is to figure out what kind of properties the nucleus has, and what kind of properties, like what kind of possible reactions, what are the different limits, etc., etc. Like everything that is has to do with like your nucleus, so protons and neutrons. So the third subject is universe. So universe is it consisted of two parts. One is the cosmology part, which happened during the first half of the semester, and I won't be covering that. But the second part is the one maybe I'll cover cosmology in like one video when I have sometime later on after my course is end. But the second part is basically stellar formation. So it got to do with like composition of stars, and what are the collapse rates, formation rates, etc., etc. Other kind of calculations. So that is universe, and quantum solid state physics is essentially solid state physics. So I think so it will start with like um, a little bit of the a little bit of common matter, like how do you describe a solid, and what are the periodic conditions that you can put in a solid, and all the kind of stuff. Little bit of math. Then we go on to crystallography, where we look at the diffraction factor and try to compute the diffraction factor, and then estimate like where the scattering is going to happen, the diffraction is going to happen, and what kind of pattern will see. So basically, it's lattice crystallography, and then we have like yeah, we have like semiconductors, and yeah, a little more of the applied stuff, and also tiny part on magnetism. So I'll be covering all this. QSSP is the biggest course that I'm taking right now. It has the highest credit weightage, so quite a lot of time will be spent in QSSP. And particles is my favorite course so far, because yeah, it's QFT, and like you can just like you're just playing around with Lagrangians, and you're trying to build field theories and all of that. So personally, particles is my favorite course, and I'll be starting off with particles. So yeah, that's basically this. So this is the preamble, just so that mm, nothing goes lost, right? Like everything is here, and the whole intent and purpose is here. So, anyways, take care, and hope you enjoy the ride. See ya.